Welcome to Mind Blown Psychology, where I talk about real-world psychology for real humans, without the jargon, the judgment, or the endless to-do list. Today I want to share something close to my heart, why I love solution-focused brief therapy, or SFBT if you're fond of acronyms. This isn't just another counselling approach. It's something I've seen shift people's lives in quiet but powerful ways, especially for those who've felt stuck or burnt out, or like they have to be fixed before they're even allowed to feel better. So let's walk through what this therapy actually is, why it works, and how it might be exactly what you, or someone you know, has been looking for. Let's start with the basics. Solution-focused brief therapy is a model that does exactly what it says on the tin. It's focused on solutions. It's brief, and it treats people like they're already capable of change. Not broken, not defective, not in need of fixing. It began in the 1980s when two therapists, Steve DeShazer and Insoo Kim Berg, started asking a very different kind of question. Instead of, why are you like this? They asked, what do you want instead? And perhaps more importantly, what's already working? Back in the 80s, that shift in focus was revolutionary, and it still is. Here's what makes SFBT different from many other therapies. It doesn't dig into your past unless you want it to. It doesn't assume the story of your suffering is the only story worth telling. Instead, it asks, what's better since last time? What helps, even a little? What would life look like if this problem quietly disappeared? And here's the magic. Those questions aren't trivial. They're invitations. They help people find movement, not just insight. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't that a bit shallow? Don't we need to understand the problem before we solve it? Fair questions. But here's the thing. SFBT doesn't ignore the problem. It just doesn't bow down to it. It treats you as more than your diagnosis, more than your story, more than your worst day. It says, let's look at where you want to go, and let's start walking there now, even if it's just one small step. This is especially powerful for people who are neurodivergent, for folks with ADHD, autism, or those navigating emotional burnout. When everything feels like too much, the last thing you need is a therapy that asks you to dig even deeper. Sometimes you just want to feel some forward motion. To have someone say, you're not broken, you're adapting. Let's build on that. That's what SFBT offers. And yes, there's evidence behind it. Meta-analyses from researchers like Kim in 2008 and Franklin in 2012 show that SFBT is effective across a wide range of issues, from depression and anxiety to school problems, family conflict, and more. It's brief, it's targeted, and it works, especially when time and energy are limited. That's not a flaw, that's a strength. I use SFBT all the time in my practice, not as a rigid script, but as a way of being with my clients, especially those who are wary of therapy, such as men who don't want to talk about their feelings for 20 sessions, or neurodivergent clients who need a therapy that affirms their strengths without pathologizing their brain. SFBT is a beautiful fit. Not always a standalone model, but as a spine, a through line, a gentle structure that supports deeper work when needed. Here's what I've learned from it. People are often more resourceful than they know. They've survived things, adapted, endured. My job isn't to point out what's wrong with them. It's to help them notice what's already right and then how to do more of that. That's why I love solution-focused brief therapy, because it's not about fixing people. It's about honouring them. If this resonated with you, or you're curious to learn more, I've written a full article on my blog, and you can find the link in the show notes below. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself and take heart. Change is often closer than we think.